What I'm going to do today is just quickly run you through this Bay Games spreadsheet, because there's a fair bit to it. So I'm just going to quickly show you what it looks like and how it works. So once you get access to it, you'll get to this first tab, which is the overview. So this is the layout of the entire program. So you'll see here you've got block number 1. You've got the week, the starting date, which will be starting on the Monday. And then you've got to look over, if you come over to the right, you'll see the first box is what we're going to focus on when it comes to technique and strength. The second box will be what are we going to focus on when it comes to our conditioning. And then over here on the right is the testing. So what testing protocols we're going to use and when we're going to use them. Okay, so you'll see that there's 3 lots of testing throughout the 28-week block. Now, as I've sort of said to a few people, the focus of the program is on the conditioning stuff. The technique and strength stuff, most people are doing their own strength work, or they've got their own coach and they're working on strength development. But what I've got in here is just literally some things that you could think about working on if you want to do well in these sort of events. So having a look at it, Olympic lifting, which always does pop up, looking at your body weight technique, looking at stability, and looking at tempo and control in these initial periods, introducing things like skipping, vertical pull, overhead stability, overhead pressing, double unders, building up on the Olympic stuff, the Olympic lifting. You'll see it sort of progresses as you go through the 7 blocks or the 28 weeks worth of work. With regards to the conditioning, it's set up to progress you through. So the initial phase is around steady state aerobic work. So the idea here is it's cyclical. So it's running, riding bikes, swimming, rowing, ski erg, those sort of things, and you're just looking to move it really at a conversational pace, and you're looking to develop your capacity and develop your tissue tolerance. So get the body used to working in this manner, because when you do a set of for instance squats or something, you might be working for 30 seconds. When you're doing a 5k run, you might be working for half an hour. So it's getting the body used to taking impacts for periods of time. There's every block there. I've got swimming in the first 2 blocks, but there's swimming program for every block. The Bay Games, there is a 500 meter swim, which in the teams event you don't have to do. Only 2 people do have to do it, but it is always a really worthwhile skill to have. The second block, when we have a look at that, we're looking now at tempo, still staying with cyclical work. So tempo work means that we'll be almost sort of like interval style training. Okay, you'll work hard or you work to a level for a period, then you'll back off and you'll repeat. So generally it's basically upping the intensity a little bit. And then as we move through the rest of the blocks, we've got mixed modal type work. So mixed modal means you might have something cyclical like a row, you might have something body weight like a burpee, and you might have something strength like a deadlift. So you're sort of more CrossFit style type of training. All this up here, map 7 and the interval blocks and all that sort of stuff. That's just the map 7. You don't really need to know what that means. It's just more for me to organize it all, make sure we do it covering off on the right things. But the interval times are important. So if we look at block 3 here, and you've got 2 to 3 sets of 10 minutes of work. So you might have an interval like, 400 meters on the rower, 10 burpees, 5 deadlifts, something like that. And you just literally cycle through that for 10 minutes. You're working as hard as you can sustainably for 10 minutes. Okay, then there'll be an allocated period of rest, and then you'll repeat, or you'll have another interval of similar sort of nature. But what I am going to do, guys, I will run you through each block. I'll make one of these little videos. It'll be a bit quicker each block. So you see down here, there's block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, block 5. Each block I'll make its own videos, so I'll explain what we're doing in each block, what the purpose of it, and what the focus is, and what I want you guys to have a look at. This will be a live document too, so you'll get the share link, and as we get feedback, about about the program, then things may change, but they'll always be updated in here. So that's the first tab. So if you have a look at that, that'll give you a really good idea of what this 7 months is going to look like. The next tab is info. Now it's a little bit messy, but I'll clean this up. But basically, this will be the information that you'll need to complete the program. So what the abbreviations mean, some stuff around the Olympic lifting, which we'll get videos in for, a little bit of information there about deloading, and then the video link library. So these are some of the exercises that I'm just listing off down here, and we're hopefully sooner rather than later we'll have videos in for all of those movements there, so you know what to do. If you come across something like I don't know what that is, you can either ask me in the gym or you can just come over and check that out. The next tab is testing. So there are 2 tests that we'll do 3 times I think throughout the whole program. The first one is a 5k run for time. We'll try and use this loop here, the bridge-to-bridge loop at Lake Burley Griffin. Super important that whatever we do, it's consistent. So if we do a 5k time trial at that location, then we try and make sure that we do it again at that location. We don't pick 5Ks out somewhere else where it might be hilly or it might not quite be 5Ks or a little bit longer. So that's testing our general aerobic capacity. If you cannot run 5Ks, that's totally fine. It is 5 kilometers 4 times. So if it's a walk, if it's a fast walk, if it's a run jog, if you run half of it and walk half of it, if you're shuffling it, it doesn't matter. Okay. Hopefully over the 7 blocks of training, this will improve. The second test that we do is it's called CrossFit Baseline. This is looking at aerobic power. So this is how hard you can go. Now this is it's nice and simple. It's 500 meters on the rower. It's 40 air squats. The hips must come below the knees. 30 sit-ups, just butterfly sit-ups are fine, but you must be full range. 20 push-ups and 10 pull-ups, and they can be any style of pull-up. So you're doing that as fast as you possibly can. You'll record a time. So to do that, all the dates are up here. The various workouts are here. So all you'll do, you'll enter your name. So I'm going to go here, Alistair. Can't spell. Let's say I did 30 minutes and it took me 15 minutes to do that. So I would just record that. Okay. We come to the week of the 21st of June. I do 27 minutes and I do 17 minutes, for instance. Hopefully not, but no, let's not do that. Hopefully it's better. So that's how it should look. And we should then see some data to show that we're improving. This is super useful. Make sure you do this, guys. It's good for me as well, because if we're not improving, then we should be improving. But if we're not, then we need to adjust the program. And then each block of training, we move to the green tabs down here, will look like this. Okay, so there'll be an information block up here, which will have what block you're doing, the dates, what your focus is on, and the warm-up and technique and strength, and then the conditioning. Okay, so it'll lay it all out here. You'll see conditioning, sub-maximal cyclical aerobic, which means nice and easy jogging, swimming, running, rowing, whatever, like something easy. Okay, there's a warm-up in there. Okay, the warm-ups, now you guys, most people doing this will be fairly experienced. You can do your own warm-ups. I've just got something in there in case you're wondering what you could be doing. There'll be a power and technique in there, so we're going to do snatch drills. Okay, so some of the stuff we've done with Bill, and then we've got some strength stuff in here. Now, like I said, you don't have to do. You can just pick bits and pieces out of this. Okay, and then the conditioning work, which is probably the main thing that I'd like you guys to do. There's some programming in here. A few notes. Okay, just again reiterating that aerobic easy is conversational pace intensity. If you can't hold the conversation. Okay, so just letting you guys know what we're looking for. Not every day is a max out full intensity day, obviously. There's a second day of programming, and it should be similar sort of vein, strength, power, technique, warm-ups, and then the conditioning stuff down here. And then at the bottom of each block, there'll be a swimming section. Now, I know not everyone wants to swim, and that's totally fine, but if you do, then there's something in here you can apply in the pool. I've done 2 programs each block. There's a beginner and there's an advanced. So if possible, if you're a beginner, try and use a 25-meter pool. 25 meters is far more achievable, and normally the pools are shallower. If you're not confident, the advanced and the 50-meter pool, like at the AOS or I think Sizak's now a 50-meter pool, the pools are, obviously it's 50 meters long and it's deep. So if you're not comfortable, then I would suggest starting with the beginner program and just building up. If you've got any questions, we will do some swim stuff, hopefully down at the AOS on Friday nights. But if you're interested in developing that or learning more about it, I'm happy to help you out with that. Yeah, okay. I think that's it. So like I said, what I'll do a block of, I'll do another one of these screencast kind of videos for each block as they come up. So it goes into details about specifically what we're looking for each block of training. So thank you for listening to me ramble on, guys. Hope you enjoy this. If you've got any questions, please shout out, get me on email or just direct message me. Thanks. Bye.